Olá, boa noite. Eu sou o Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 4 de Secret Files Tunguska. No fim das contas, o Oleg era do bem e amigo do pai da Nina. Ele só estava disfarçando porque sob estrita vigilância. Informou a Nina que o pai dela está preso e irá num trem para Tunguska, para onde o serviço secreto russo está mandando os melhores cientistas. A Nina já está na Rússia e conseguiu se infiltrar na estação militar em que tentará acesso ao trem que levará o seu pai. Só para manter a honestidade total com o meu público, ontem eu tentei fazer a transmissão, comecei o jogo, depois precisei interromper. Então algumas das coisas aqui, muitas das coisas desse início, a gente já fez e já sabe o que tem que fazer. Passando pela tubulação do esgoto, ela acabou saindo aqui no banheiro da estação militar, né?
No smoking.
Aqui a pia não dá ação, mas se desse ação, o que ela diria? Que bom que a nossa pia veio. Só dá ação a torneira aqui.
A water faucet for cold water. The one for hot water was removed.
Pode abrir
After
e
my
fechar.
excursion into the sewer, I'd prefer a shower. Washing my hands surely wouldn't be enough. And this holy place is where a man can still be a man and pee, standing up. I have never seen a woman pee in a urinal trough. And no way am I going to be the first.
Temos aqui os reservados. De início ela só pode dar uma olhada aqui por baixo. Nada para pegar. Pernas para conversar.
Hello? Are you all right in there?
What? Yeah. You always do that?
What?
You know, peep on strangers in the bathroom.
I'm not peeping.
What then?
You were making some really strange noises. I just wanted to see if everything was all right. It sounded somehow sick.
Are you from the FSB?
Is that how I look?
No idea. I can't see you.
Well, no, I'm not. Why does everyone here ask me if I'm from the FSB?
Well, they're running around all over here, and I don't want any trouble.
Who does? Why? Do you have anything to fear?
I will if the train's supposed to leave but doesn't. You see, I dropped the key in the toilet.
Unpleasant. I wish you successful fishing.
Very funny. My problem is also your problem.
How come?
Because I'm the train driver, and it's the key to the train.
Oh, don't you have a spare key?
No, that's why I'm afraid to come out of here. I can't tell anyone that the train can't go anywhere because the train driver lost his own key in the toilet.
No, better not.
Please don't give me up.
Regarding the Secret Service people,
What about them?
what are they doing here?
No idea. I didn't ask, and I hope they won't ask me.
That sounds like a very wise strategy. Where exactly is the train going?
You should know that.
Yes, but we got no such exact explanation.
Well, I'm sure I don't know more than you. And if so, there has to be a good reason for it.
Who's on board the train?
No idea. I'm just the train driver. They only tell me what I need to know. And you? Did you sleep during the briefing?
No, it wasn't especially precise. I thought you might know more. I nearly blabbed. I should be more careful. That guy is taking his oath of silence very seriously. Maybe someone else is in more of a mood for a chat. How long have you been sitting here?
About 3 hours.
Isn't that really exhausting?
Yeah, there's a horn you could toot.
Shall we start a choir?
Very funny. Now I just have to make sure I get a handle on my stomach again. What's coming out just isn't normal.
It's true. Sitting on the toilet is like real life. You have to be able to let go. But now is really the time to change the subject. Will you be all right without me?
Sure, I have to.
Pois é, então ele perdeu a chave e a gente tem que recuperar. Vai recuperar nos encanamentos. Usar a mangueira na torneira. E agora a outra ponta da mangueira aqui no urinador. No pissoir. Ela já abriu a torneira? Será aquela hora?
Water, flow.
Tá. Então agora a gente volta lá para baixo para ver se deu vazão para a chave. Vamos olhar aqui no distribuidor.
There is a small key in it. A sieve at the other end of the pipe is stopping it getting washed away. The sieve is probably there to stop rubbish getting into the pipe system.
Então, se ela abrir esse controle aqui, a chave deve fluir pela tubulação.
If I turn on that valve now, the key will simply be washed through the distributor there and into the sewer. Once it's in there, I will never ever find it again.
Só que se ela abrir aqui, a chave vai embora e nunca mais ela recupera. Tem essa outra ponta aqui da tubulação.
I assume that this pipe is for wastewater from the station.
Onde ela poderá pegar a chave desde que ela ponha uma rede ou uma grade ali para segurar a chave. E aqui ontem que a gente demorou 3 horas, eu demorei 3 horas para descobrir, tem essa passagem aqui que vai para o vestiário. E daí sim vai dar continuação no jogo.
I'm gradually getting a little nervous. I've been running around here in circles for nearly 3 hours and I still couldn't smoke.
Pull yourself together, Romanova. You know that we are completely understaffed. Most of the soldiers are already on the train. I think you'll manage to survive the next few minutes.
Yeah, I know. But I've already chewed off all my nails. It's starting to get critical.
Romanova, you...
Oh, come on. Just 5 minutes.
Okay, fine. I have to settle a few things, and then I'll take over for you.
Thanks. You're a treasure.
Speaking of treasure, you'll smoke with Yushin at the side entrance. Is that clear? Otherwise, you'll flirt with one of your comrades, and then you'll be gone for ages.
Hey, it's okay. I get along great with Yushin. After all, we both agree that men are better lovers.
Good. I'll be right back, and then you can go on your break.
Tal como eu tenho o cigarro aceso aqui no inventário, deve ser a dica para colocar lá com essa que está desesperada para fumar, para ela ser surpreendida pelo superior ou colega.
Are you out of your mind? I work my ass off for you so that I can set aside 5 minutes and relieve you so you can take your break? And this is the thanks I get?
But
Oh, this will have consequences, I swear to you. You know why there's absolutely no smoking here, but this has consequences. There will definitely be consequences.
Hopefully, she won't get into too much trouble.
Tomara que ela não pegue prisão perpétua nem pelotão de fuzilamento.
I think it's broken. Considering the contents, that is not a disadvantage.
Por que dá ação na máquina aqui se não é para dar ação? Aqui o retrato do Putin, que está no poder na Rússia há 300 anos, e antes de estar no poder ele já era poderoso porque ele foi chefe da KGB, né? O serviço secreto russo. Mas acho que a foto aqui não deve ser do tempo que ele era chefe do serviço secreto. Já deve ser dos 300 anos que ele está no poder. Samovar.
You make tea in that thing, I think. I'd rather have a vodka.
Eu acho que em algum momento ela vai ter ação aqui. Quer dizer, vai ter ação. Vai precisar fazer um chá ou alguma coisa parecida. Lixo é sempre útil.
There's nothing useful in here.
Cartaz de não fumar que está por tudo.
I think these crossed out cigarettes have some profound meaning. If only I knew what.
Quem foi para a Copa na Rússia disse que lá é como o Brasil e o mundo todo era antigamente. O pessoal fuma desesperadamente e em todo lugar. Eu lembro do tempo que a gente fumava na mesa de refeição, fumava junto com criança, com tudo, como a gente era estúpido. Vamos nos armários então.
A 5-digit combination lock. I can forget cracking it just by trying random numbers.
Precisa de uma combinação de 5 números. Ontem eu tentei 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. É claro que não deu certo. Hoje eu vou tentar 5, 4, 3, 2,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And will the lock open now? Nope. That was not the right combination.
Não é a combinação adequada. Vamos no outro armário então. Fotos dos bonitões.
The way he looks, he surely is no longer available. And married for about 20 years. That doesn't seem to bother the owner of this locker, though. A guy who looks so good is definitely a fan of the wrong soccer team. Oh well, we all have our faults. A hunky guy. He's definitely a photo model. I wonder if this lady soldier had something going on with all these men. The photo is a bit small, but he looks really cute. And he is in the military, too. Like does attract like.
Rádio.
A two-way radio. There is a sticker on the back with the number 15 on it.
Pegou o rádio que tem número 15. Meias de nylon. Aí a gente já tem um filtro para tubulação de água, né? Como a Abba sugeriu ontem.
This stocking has at least as many ladders in it as its owner had levers. An envelope. There seem to be deployment orders in there. Obviously, throughout the whole train journey, the highest state of alarm has been ordered. They're expecting trouble from some kind of terrorists. That's why it says in the deployment orders that all irregularities must be reported immediately. I'm obviously not the only uninvited participant in this excursion. The guards will be extremely attentive to their duties. That's not good. Not good at all. There is something here about the exceptional treatment of special guests. Does that mean the prisoners? Maybe I'll find my father on the train. I'd better hurry.
Attention, attention. All passengers and assigned guards should please board the train or follow their orders. The train will be leaving in a few minutes.
Como eu disse ontem, sem a chave do trem, com o maquinista no banheiro, como é que o trem vai sair em poucos minutos? Estão delirando. Pegar o uniforme, então.
A Russian military uniform. I should try it on. If it fits, I may not be recognized as a civilian straight away.
Mais nada aqui no armário? Não. E ela já está toda bonitona de uniforme. Dá para ir para lá também, mas acho que não é o momento, né? Primeiro resgatar a chave.
Neither of those gorillas in front of the door looks that pleasant. The big question is, are they keeping someone in or keeping someone out? In both cases, It makes getting in there a very tempting and interesting thought.
Vamos primeiro descer para ver se ela põe a meia aqui de segurança. Pois. Agora então já é tudo novidade, inclusive pôr a meia aqui já foi novidade de hoje. Tem que prender melhor a meia, é isso? Com aquela fita do socorro, da cena do crime? Ah, acho que sim. Era isso sim.
Now all the stocking has to do is to withstand the mass of water.
A Ba deve ter acertado mais uma vez.
If I open the valve, the wastewater should flow through the pipe, if there were any water to flow. And as long as none flows, I don't have to turn this wheel unnecessarily.
Agora tem que abrir de novo lá em cima, então.
Water, flow. Hopefully the stocking is of a known brand, otherwise the whole effort will have been for nothing. So, that should do the trick.
Tá, abriu e já fechou, então já vai poder pegar a chave aqui.
The key is wriggling in the net. The rest inside, I'll just try to ignore.
Que coisa mais estranha, ela diz que está com a chave, por que não pega? Dá a meia pro maquinista com a chave e tudo?
Here, I have your key. There are also several other things inside the stocking. You'll have to get the key out yourself, though.
You're a dear. No, really. You really saved my ass. Give me another 2 minutes, then I'm finished here and we can finally go.
And my reward?
Reward? You saved my ass. Isn't the feeling of having done something good enough for you?
Yes, of course.
Tá, então ela não quis sujar as mãos pegando a chave dentro da meia com os outros resíduos que tinha lá. E no diário, que faz tempo que a gente não olha, tem mais coisa? Documentos pessoais. Um compartimento secreto continha documentos do pai de Nina, Vladimir. Segundo esses documentos, foi em uma expedição secreta a Tunguska em 1958. Seus misteriosos descobrimentos, como o crescimento sobrenatural das plantas, foram ocultados pelas autoridades máximas. Vladimir e seu colega Manuel Pérez voltaram a esta região por sua conta em 1977, com terríveis consequências para Pérez. O pai de Nina se culpou disso, assegurando que a investigação nunca deveria considerar-se mais importante que a vida humana. Entre os documentos se encontra também uma carta de uma estranha organização irlandesa, mas suas páginas estão em branco. Páginas em branco daquele documento, ela deveria usar o lápis para ver se tinha sido escrito alguma coisa por cima, né? Busca debaixo de ameaças. Berlim. O detetive Kansky ameaçou a Nina e a Max. Oleg chegou em sua ajuda bem a tempo. Disse que conhecia o pai de Nina de uma expedição à região de Tunguska em 1958. E sabe inclusive mais. O pai de Nina poderia estar a bordo do trem de Moscou à região de Tunguska. Foi realmente sequestrado? E por quê? Ajuda falhou. Estação de trem em Moscou. Nina e Oleg se põem em marcha até Moscou. Sergei, um dos contatos de Oleg, suspeita que o pai de Nina se encontra no trem. Seu plano de subornar o guarda da estação militar de trem fracassou. Nina se viu forçada a depender de si própria. Não, vamos ter que ir fazendo as bobagens por aqui.
The room is being monitored by several cameras, and on top of that, the strict no smoking rules. Wonder what they are storing in here. A crane for heavy boxes, and probably also military equipment.
Ela vai direto tentar falar em russo com os agentes russos aqui.
Hello.
If you don't get out of here, you could end up like the guy in there. And believe me, you don't want that. So beat it.
Sorte dela que só precisou falar olá, porque deve ser a única coisa que ela aprendeu em russo. Mais coisas aqui? Não. Os dois agentes, o sinal de não fumar.
I think someone got a good discount by ordering these signs by the dozen.
Vai pro corredor. Ela tem que falar com alguém então que seja o dono do armário e que dê a indicação para ela.
He's guarding the train. Hello.
So, comrade, are you coming with us to Tunguska?
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing what a person will do for a couple extra rubles at the end of the month. I also need the permit.
Damn. I must have left it in the changing rooms, but I don't have to go all the way back there again, do I?
Yes, you do. Sorry, comrade, but I unfortunately can't do anything about it. If it were up to me, I would let you in, even without it. But it's unfortunately not up to me. The FSB guys would bite my head off if they found out.
Oh, come on. Nobody has to find out about it.
No, I'd rather not risk it. I heard Solotov screaming. Poor guy.
Solotov? What about him? Where is he?
In the game room. I think they really put him through the ringer. So hurry up and go get the permit. You still have a few minutes. And while you're at it, try to see if you can find the train driver. We've somehow lost him. I had him paged a few times already, but he simply isn't responding. I would look for him myself, but I can't leave my station. And hurry, we're already running late.
Isn't the train driver here yet?
No.
Maybe you should have him paged again.
Okay, but I don't think it'll do much good. 17 calling 48. Come in, please.
48 here. What do you need?
Could you page our friend, the train driver, again? He still isn't here yet.
Again?
Yeah, I know. I can't do anything about it either.
Okay.
Would the train driver please get his fat ass to his workstation and pronto?
Let's hope that it works.
Do you know what the agents are doing here?
Working, I suppose?
No. Really?
We're all just doing our job here. And most of them are also really nice. They're people just like you and me.
I suppose you're right. I think I can save myself the question about the FSB people. No one dares to say a word that is in any way interesting. Is everybody already on board?
Yes, almost. We're still missing a couple guys from the FSB. But otherwise, everyone should be here.
And all the scientists, too?
Of course. They were all brought on board as soon as we started boarding. Weren't you here yet?
No, obviously not. Were there any problems?
No, not really. But some of them were bound so tightly that they didn't have much of a chance to resist.
Oh, yeah? Good thing, too. Have they all been put into one compartment?
I don't think so, but I don't exactly know for sure. What do you care? You're only responsible for your section and not for the entire group.
Yes, I'm really happy about that. If they so much as touch Daddy, hopefully I'll get into the right compartment. And if I don't, how do I find out where Daddy is? And how do I get there? Well, I'll have to think about that as soon as I get on board. Tell me, do you know why the train is so heavily guarded?
You already know that, don't you? They explained it to us several times, even if I don't really believe everything.
For example?
For example, that the captive scientists were all spies for the enemy. But whatever, it's not my concern.
What do you suspect?
No idea. I just think it's strange that they're being brought to a research station now. maybe they aren't supposed to do any research there.
What then? Tell me.
Who knows what we'll do with them there. But let's change the subject, because I'd rather not think about it.
No, neither do I. Then I'll begin the search.
Good luck.
E eu reclamei que ela nunca ficava de frente. Nos diálogos ela nunca fica de frente, mas se eu clicar para ela andar um pouquinho, dá para ela ficar de frente para poder fazer foto para a capa dos vídeos.
They are taking tanks along on a research trip? Just what did I get involved in here?
Tem mais locais aqui para ela interagir? Não, só o guarda e o tanque. E agora ela pode falar com o 48 ou com o 17 aqui, o Walkman dela. Walkman não, Walk Talk. E o código da coisa lá ela não conseguiu.
If I'm going to try my luck as radio operator, then not everybody has to know about it. If I try it here, I could get myself into a lot of trouble.
Tá, ela não vai falar aqui porque tem gente olhando, é isso? Aqui ela fala.
Okay, action. This is number
Até
15. Calling number 48. Come in, please.
Central here, what is it?
eu não sei o que eu desejo.
What exactly do I want to do? It might help if I thought about that for a moment. I'd better get changed again. The guard on the side entrance would start asking all sorts of questions if he suddenly saw me in uniform.
Não dá pra ela enganar o cara da guarita que ela é do exército porque ela troca o uniforme antes de ir lá.
Hey, hello! It's me again!
Hi.
Can I ask you something else?
Sure, anytime. I'm bored anyway.
The two men that you came here with.
Psst, we should only talk about them behind closed doors. Or better yet, not at all.
Oh, they are from the Secret Service. FSB, aren't they?
Can you keep a secret?
Yeah, sure.
Good. So can I.
Okay, I understand. But you could at least tell me their names, couldn't you?
If you'll leave me alone about it after I do.
I promise.
Good. Vitizov and Radnikov.
And who is who?
I kept my promise. Now stop asking me questions. Just because you don't care about your health doesn't mean that I don't care about mine.
Thanks a lot for the information.
My pleasure. See you soon.
I better put the uniform on again. Hello.
If you don't get out of here, you could end up like the guy in there. And believe me, you don't want that. So beat it.
Ah, tem a porta aqui que dá acesso também. Eu pensei que um sinal era para um deles e o outro sinal era para o outro. Para os dois aparece homens de negro. Mas tem um acesso aqui à porta, então é isso. Ela não pode entrar enquanto eles estão aí. Ela vai mandar chamá-los e daí vai passar.
They both look as if they are very unpleasant characters. I can't imagine that anyone could get past them.
Isso, então. Também essa foi a ideia da
Okay, action. This is number 15. Calling number 48. Come in, please.
Central here, what is it?
Headquarters. Please page both agents Fedosov and Radinkov. They should report immediately to the guard on duty in the freight compartment at the rear end of the train.
Okay.
Next time, I should think beforehand about what to say. It seems it worked out anyway. Solitow. The poor guy looks really badly beaten up. He's still breathing, but several bones appear to be broken. Also, bad burning on his torso. It looks like he has been tortured with electric shocks. He's got nothing on him, but maybe I can use his dog tags. Smoking allowed? So there's one rule for the ladies and gents of the Secret Service and another for the rest of the population. A car battery. The connected cables make me think that Solitow has had a few electric shocks delivered to him. Hopefully they'll get the poor guy to a hospital on that one. Crushed syringes. I don't know what was in there, but I'd better not touch them. Is that Solitow's blood? He doesn't seem to have any open wounds, but the blood is still fresh. Those are Solitow's dog tags. Rank Private First Class, service number 31545.
Ah, consegui o código de 5 algarismos. $31,545, era isso? Acabei de olhar.
5-digit combination lock. 3, 1, 5, 4, 5. And will the lock open now? Hey, easy when you know the right combination. There's something in it, an entry card. That must be the one that I should have got from Solitow. My new name is already on it, Nina Perkova. My traveling permit. I could get used to my new name, Nina Perkova, but never to the photo.
Tem mais nada aqui então? Partimos agora?
Well then, up you go, and welcome aboard the MS Boredom, on its way to the end of the world.
Damn! The train is leaving! What am I going to do now? I still haven't found any clues telling whether my father is on board or not. On the other hand, if I don't continue the search, I'll never find out. And I don't have any real alternative either, do I? Let's hope that will turn out right.
Milionário misterioso de novo.
Have you found him?
Not yet, but we're following some concrete clues.
That is unsatisfactory. We are running out of time. The project must begin as planned.
A few problems have surfaced in the little Kalenkov.
Don't bore me with details. You don't mean to tell me that you can't handle a couple of amateurs, do you?
No,
Good. Then you know what you have to do.
He talked himself to sleep, a talent that too few people have. Just in time, too. That senseless twaddle was driving me around the bend. People who tell you all about their digestive problems are not the most pleasant folk to share a conversation with. But when they also start to tell you about the effects of the recently enjoyed castor oil, now I can have a little look around in peace.
Viagem involuntária. É o ferrocarril transiberiano, expresso transiberiano. De fato, há cientistas a bordo do trem, e alguns deles não voluntariamente. Por isso, Nina começa a mover-se para embarcar. O que poderia fazer? Descer do trem para, talvez, não voltar a ver seu pai outra vez? Nina não teve escolha. E assim iniciou sua aventura involuntária. Sem embargo, necessita ir com muita cautela. A cautela é o nome do meio dela. Nina Cautela Perkova. Porque o trem está cheio de soldados e agentes secretos. Vira para cá para fazer uma foto. Isto, um pouco mais para frente.
It seems to be a strategic map of the Tunguska region. The arrows look like the movement of troops, but I might also be wrong. When he's asleep, he looks really peaceful and harmless.
Mochila! Soldado de mochila. Agora ela pega a mochila e dá pro urso. E o urso é o símbolo da Rússia. Daí fica o urso de mochila e a Bá fica contente.
That soldier's bag of medication. If I think about his description of the effects of castor oil, it makes me feel a little more than just queasy. I can't reach it without waking the guy. Dried something. It could have been fruit once. An open bottle of orange juice. Two machine guns. They are secured with snap locks. It wouldn't be a good idea for me to start anything with a whole army.
Por que acender e apagar essa luz do sujeito?
The landscape around here all looks so miserable and dreary. It's difficult to say where we are.
Ah, pensei que ela conhecia tão bem a Rússia, estepe siberiana, que só de olhar pela janela ela saberia a localização.
Acacia honey! Sweet and with a mild aroma. I should know. I was a honeybee in my previous life. A 3-month-old duty rota. The catering list for the week. Today is potato soup. Delicious.
Como diria aquela que jamais disse isso, delícia.
I always thought you couldn't tell if an egg was fresh or not just by looking at it. I have just changed my mind. A large pot. It's big and I don't need it, so I'll leave it here.
É para colocar coisas aqui na caçarola, então. Ela vai dar dor de barriga no cara, será?
In you go.
Mel. Suco de laranja.
I'm sure that will be delicious. Or not delicious.
Bala de fruta seca.
Doesn't matter what else I throw in, it's not going to get any better.
Tem mais nada para pôr aí? Essa coisa aqui que a gente não sabe o que é. Ovo ela não pega. Ah, torneira aqui. Ah, né? E ela viu a pia aqui e ainda não fez flexões comemorativas. Para dizer, que bom que a nossa pia veio. Que bom que a nossa pia veio.
A water tap. I don't want to wash my hands at the moment.
Ah, usar a garrafa vazia nessa coisa seria uma boa ideia, mas na torneira sim.
Not much water goes into the bottle, but it's better than nothing. It's full of normal drinking water.
Uma garrafa que era de suco e agora está com água. E aquela caçarola que ela fez, essa marmelada, essa geleia, ficou para trás ali.
Oh, there are the first scientists already. Maybe I can get some information here. However, I should not ask too directly about my father, so that no one becomes suspicious. I have no idea what one can do with that thing.
Não sabe para que esse forno aqui?
There are chemical formulae written on it. If I had paid a lot more attention at school, I still wouldn't understand them.
Se desse para ver melhor, eu perguntava para a Bá e ela já solucionava essas coisas.
The assistant's table. That reminds me of my chemistry lessons. Not a pleasant memory. As long as the scientists are in the room, I'd better not touch anything important looking. One of the samples that gets analyzed here. As long as the scientists are in the room, I'd better not touch anything important looking. Scientific assistant. That was an insult at university, but he really looks quite nice. Hello. May I interrupt for a moment?
Psst. Not so loud. Dr. Lesniak is working and is really concentrating. We really shouldn't disturb him. Plus, he's in a pretty bad mood.
What happened? Why is the doctor in such a bad mood?
He's under a lot of stress. We are working on a test series, and Professor Sidorkin wants results as quickly as possible.
I understand. And this Professor Sidorkin gets very angry if he doesn't get results quick enough?
Well, he's okay. But Dr. Lesniak is unbelievably ambitious and naturally tries to finish as soon as possible. And when the doctor is stressed out and doesn't have bread and jam, he can become quite unpleasant.
Bread and jam?
Yes, it sounds strange, I know. But he apparently needs it to reduce his stress. Other people beat the heck out of a sandbag. He eats bread and jam.
Well, we all have our own ways and means to deal with difficult situations. And if he gets bread and jam, he gets a bit more sociable?
Yes, it helps. Unfortunately, he accidentally dropped his glass jar on the train platform. And there's no jam here on the train. I've looked everywhere.
Marmelada eu já fiz, mas o pão? E o pão?
I'll be on my way then. If I find any jam, I'll let you know.
That would be great. Working with him when he is in such a bad mood is really not a pleasure.
That scientist looks like he is in an extremely bad mood. Hello. I just wanted to see if everything is all right.
What? Oh, yes, everything's okay. Now, let me work in peace.
Yes, whatever you say. Locked.
Por que ela pegou essa lâmpada? Ela vai colocar no lugar daquela outra? Não são iguais? Uma lâmpada de 100 watts.
A 100-watt bulb. That's a bit of healthy competition for the sun.
Ela vai colocar aquela no lugar da lampadinha do sujeito soldado? Que maldade!
Only 25 watts. You're not very bright, are you? If I switch on the light, the nice gentleman there may wake up. I'd better be very careful of him.
Which dumbass turned the light on? If I find out, I'll probably get another 15 years in the slammer.
Oh well, he'll definitely calm down soon. At least, I hope he will.
Ah, era só pra ele soltar a mochila pro urso.
So, I've got the bottle of castor oil. His dirty books and his smelly underwear I will very generously leave where it is.
Porque ela quer óleo de azeite de castor, ela vai pôr isso na geleia? Vai.
I think I can say in all confidence that this will be a devastating success.
Ah, aqui o pão. Sabe o que eu achei? Pão!
White bread. It's so fresh and soft that it almost falls apart just by looking at it. Surely I can take one slice. Well, I'm sure that owner will be able to spare it. Big time white bread robbery. I can see the headlines now. No, I don't know any fence who will take it off me, and apart from that, the black market prices are at rock bottom.
Ela tá cheia de pão branco aqui agora. Para vender no mercado negro.
I have just realized that I haven't eaten for ages. I should be careful that I don't inadvertently bite into that.
Então pega o outro que não tem isso e come, não. Ela não quer comer, ela só quer fazer ontem.
I've got something here for you. Perhaps it will help improve your mood.
This is for me?
Yes, you do like bread and jam, don't you? I made it myself, just for you.
Thank you very, very much. Delicious. But I must have devoured the bread too greedily. My stomach definitely feels a little strange. Thank you anyway. It's delicious.
I'm very happy that you enjoyed it. Has it helped your mood a little?
Yes. I owe you one. If I can ever return the favor.
Then I'll get back to you. Maybe sooner than you think.
Anytime.
E já pode responder as minhas perguntas, então?
Hello. Are the good mood and the ability to concentrate back in gear?
Yep. I'm doing much better. I know that this obsession with bread and jam doesn't exactly speak well for a reputable scientist. It's just one of my quirks. I simply need it now and then.
Yeah, it's okay. We all have our weaknesses. Also, when some have a huge screw loose. What exactly do you do here?
We are studying the regenerative capabilities of certain plants.
Sounds very interesting. How does that work?
The study?
Yes.
We'll both be old and gray by the time I've explained it. Please don't misunderstand me. I don't think you are stupid. But you can't explain it in 5 minutes.
No, that's fine. You're probably right. Would it disturb you very much if I watched you working? I find all of that absolutely fascinating. I also promise not to ask too many stupid questions and not to interrupt.
All right, but don't touch anything. And if you have any questions, I'm sure Alexei will be happy to explain it to you.
Thank you. That's very nice of you. Are you the only scientists on board this train?
No, not as far as I know. Apparently there are a few on board, but the compartments are separated from one another, and the doors are being guarded by soldiers. That's too bad. It would have been interesting to discuss research results among yourselves. Well, hopefully we'll have enough time for that later.
You have no idea which of your other colleagues are on the train?
No. The only person who has a complete list of the scientists and scientific researchers is Professor Sidorkin.
I'll have to get my hands on this list. Then I'll know for sure if Dad is on the train or not, and exactly where I can find him. Who is the Sidorkin?
Professor Sidorkin? He is my direct superior and the scientific director of the biologists. You don't know him? He's an absolute genius in his field. There's hardly anyone who knows more than he does in the field of molecular biology.
Oh, that must have passed me by. Do you think I could talk with him for a moment?
He's right next door. But if I were you, I wouldn't bother him right now. He's under a lot of stress and is extremely irritable. And when I say extremely irritable, I mean even more irritable than me when I have to go 2 weeks without bread and jam.
Wow, that bad. Then I'll be careful. Why is he so irritable?
There are a few problems, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. I have to go back to work now. You'll excuse me. I'm not feeling so well. I must have swallowed the jam and bread a little too quickly. Alexei, please continue working here and tell Sidorkin as soon as you have the right result. I've got to go somewhere and fast. Very fast.
Ficou que nem eu ontem na emergência da live aqui. A lista de Sidorkin, Expresso Transiberiano. O professor Sidorkin tem a lista de todos os cientistas e ajudantes de investigação a bordo do trem. O pai de Nina é um deles. Poder dar uma vista nesta lista valeria seu peso em ouro. Esse cara que vai me dar todas as informações necessárias.
Phew, that was close. I have only just saved humanity from the terrible Dr. Jekyll.
Oh, thank you very much. Working with him is now so much more relaxed. I owe you one. So if you have any questions, I unfortunately can't tell you everything. I hope you understand that.
Of course. I'm happy that I can see your work at all. A soldier who interests herself for science, that's not a daily occurrence, is it?
No, and certainly not someone as pretty as you.
Oh, thank you.
Conquistador agora já vai entregar tudo.
What you're doing here looks incredibly complicated.
Really? It's actually quite simple. These plant samples were exposed to radiation that is very similar to the radiation in the Tunguska region. At first the doses were kept rather low, and were then continually increased. I exposed the samples in that device over there to a flame with a constant temperature, and see what remains from the plant.
You burn plants?
Yes, you could say that. We are trying to determine which dosage of radiation no longer leads to the complete deterioration of the cell structure.
Wow, I even understood that.
Well, I deliberately left out 2/3 of the explanations.
Wonderful. Once in my life, I'm proud of my scientific abilities, and you blow the whole illusion apart.
I'm sorry.
What exactly will you be doing at our destination?
You mean in the research station?
Yes, exactly. There. Scientific assistants also seem to be easy to question on an international level. So, it has to do with the research station. Maybe I can squeeze an odd secret or two out of him. What exactly is your task at the station?
Unfortunately, I can't tell you that. Otherwise, the station wouldn't be a secret.
So, it's secret, is it? Very good. Come on, boy, tell me more. Yes, I understand. But perhaps you can tell me something which isn't quite so secret. I have unfortunately little idea about biology and chemistry, but it certainly is fascinating, isn't it?
I can only talk about what Dr. Lesniak and I are supposed to be doing there.
Sure.
A long time ago, they discovered that the plants in the region exhibit abnormal plant growth. It isn't a secret. It was all over the newspapers.
Yes, of course.
And now we are trying to influence this growth in a controlled manner.
Fascinating. And what is the goal?
Unfortunately, I can't say. But imagine if we could arbitrarily manipulate the growth of plants. That would solve the problem of world hunger in one fell swoop.
Wow, that really does sound like a huge goal.
Indeed.
What I wanted to ask you was...
Just a minute. If you can pester me with questions, then I can too.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's nothing personal. So, why have so many soldiers been brought into a prohibited zone?
Prohibited zone?
Yes, in the research station and everything. I mean, with the materials and all the people here, you could wage a small war.
Yes, well, I'm not allowed to talk about that. You scientists have your instructions, and unfortunately, we have ours.
Ah, I understand.
I willingly tell you everything about our experiments, and I have one little question and get an answer like that.
I'm sorry. I would love to tell you everything I know, but that is very little anyway. It's nothing personal, but what I do know is top secret.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll be off then.
Okay, see you later.
Então é isso. Hoje vamos parando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, desejando boa noite, até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.